What if two people lived inside one skull? It sounds like science fiction, but it happened. In the 1960s, desperate surgeons cut the bridge between the left and right halves of the human brain to stop brutal seizures. They severed the corpus callosum, the highway that lets the two hemispheres talk. What followed looked like a glitch in the mind. At first the change was subtle. Patients stopped having grand mal seizures. They smiled, they breathed, they returned home. Then everyday moments began to fracture. A woman would button her blouse with one hand while the other hand undid it. A man would reach for his wallet with his right hand, while his left hand hid it behind his back. Objects placed in the left hand, seen only by the right hemisphere, would be denied by the voice that named things, because language lives mostly on the left. You can imagine the confusion, but the strangest part is how the brain invented stories to cover its gaps. When asked why he had put his hand on his knee, a patient invented a plausible reason, even though the left hemisphere had not seen the action. The speaking half confabulated. It stitched a narrative together from fragments. The result was a plausible lie told without malice, a mind trying desperately to be whole. Researchers turned these patients into experiments and found something electric. The two hemispheres behaved like two separate agents. The left side could obey language and logic. The right could recognize faces, draw, and feel. In split tasks, one hand could vote yes, while the other voted no. In a simple room, it was like witnessing two wills negotiate over one body. But this wasn't just a medical oddity. It forced a deeper question. What are we? Are we a single unified self, or a coalition of competing processes stitched together by story and memory? The split-brain patients suggested that unity is less a given and more an achievement. Our sense of an I is often a reconstruction, performed on the fly by a brain that prefers coherence. Those discoveries ripple into how we think about free will, responsibility, and identity. They show that consciousness can be fragmented, and that human beings are extraordinary improvisers when faced with internal division. The people who lived with two minds were not monsters or soulless machines. They were survivors, adaptive and creative, teaching us who we are by showing what happens when the seams come undone. If this blew your mind, share it with someone who loves the strange side of science. Subscribe for more stories that flip what you thought you knew about the human brain.